Assalamu alaikum, this is Huram Shazad from Garrison Academy Senior Campus, Kushtamula, Kent. I welcome you all to FBISE online sport program. I'm here with the third week lecture 8 on the topic of hydrofoil and reservoirs. In this lecture, we will discuss several things. We will revise what is a computer program, what is the basic structure, or a simple computer program or simple C++ computer program. Then we will revise about what is a programming, who is a programmer, and what is a programming language. Then we will start our today's topic on Hydrofoil and Preprocessor Directive. Then I will go for a reserve word and discuss what are the reserve word and why we cannot use these word in our programming language. Then finally I will make a quick summary of whole the lesson. So let's discuss about the revision of computer program, or what is a computer program. A computer program is a set of instructions that perform a specific task. When executed by a computer, it tells the computer what to do. Everything a computer does is controlled by a computer program. Everything a computer do is programmed into the computer by some program. For example, the process of making our computer usable is done by a very large program, which is operating system. Operating system is also a program which have millions of lines, millions of instructions to perform by a computer. Example of programs are MS Word, which is a desktop app, Skype desktop app, and web app, web WhatsApp, this is a mobile app. And we will get start our programming by this simple program, the first C++ program. This is the structure of a C++ program. C++ program include the first line, which is the Preprocessor Directive, and a header file. Then it come with the main section. Main section is the coding section, and then all the lines what a computer needs to do are written in the main braces. For example, in this program we are telling we have discussed that everything a computer do is controlled by a program, and it tells the computer what to do. So if we want to tell the computer what to do, we will write it here, and in this program I've told the computer that display a message of hello world on the screen. So let's execute this program. I will show you a program I have already written. This is a simple C++ program I have created for you. First line is the header file, second line is make the all namespaces standard, and this is the main section. This is the main section of our program where we write some code. For example, I have written a simple code, hello students. If I execute this program by this button, and you should also get familiar with this software. This software is simply the software we will use in our program. This is a dev C++ program, is created by bloodshed.net. This is its whole name is bloodshed dev C++. So don't worry about bloodshed, it's not going to shed your blood, but its name is only bloodshed C++. It is a very simple program and very easy to use. We have to compile this program by here, compile and run. If you want to only compile the program, then you will click here, or simply press the F9 button. And then if you want all the process at one click, you may press F11 or click here. I will click here to compile my program, and this is the output of my program. My program has executed and displayed what I have told my program to do. I have told my program that display a message of hello students on the screen, and it have displayed a message of hello student. If I change here some kind of other thing or make two statements, for example hello students and hello teacher, it will display two lines. But if we want to display this thing on another line, we will use some syntax of /n, means it will be displayed on a new line. I will execute it again, and this time there are two things, hello students and hello teachers. So this is our simple program. A C++ program may be very simple and maybe very complex program, or maybe another kind of program having more coding than I have coded here. This is a simple program or basic start. You may go advanced in the C++ language and do all the things at your own. For example, I will show you another demo of a complex program uh, which is created by me earlier years. I will go for a simple program which is a shopping mall program. You will can create, this is not a full function program, but this is an exercise for you. For example, this is a shopping mall project. Here have more number of lines and more code. You will not have to remember all the code, not have to code, but when you will be trained, you will also create this code by own. This code includes 1221 lines, so this is not your problem to remember the lines. When you have a create, for example, I have created in a simple program a simple single line. If I can write a single line to display my name, then I can also write another line displaying my father name. If you know how to add 2 and 2, for example, if you know 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, you may also add 3 plus 3. And if you know 3 plus 3, you may solve all the problems relating to adding two numbers. If you know adding two numbers, you may add any kind of two numbers. So you have to write only 20 or 30 things, and all the project includes these 33 lines. For example, if I show you this program, this is only cout statements, cout, 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 and everything is cout. So if you know how to write a single cout, you know how to write all this cout. Here all this cout program, I will show you how this program looks. I have already compiled. This is a simple program. When you click on this program, this will display a simple shopping like scenario. This is not a very good program, but something like if I enter this program, this will check my ID, and this is our shop. If you want to purchase something, you have to write the code. For example, options are select the category, press B to get your bill, press X to end exit. I will purchase something. For example, 100, I want to purchase a garment. I want to purchase a 101 item, which is dress pant. Then do you want to purchase, it is showing the price is 1650. You still want to purchase? Yes, I have. Then enter the quantity which I want to purchase, 2 item purchase, bill is added. And this same way you may add. And if you want to display the bill, this is a simple application. You can also create this after you have completed your C++. So I want to exit this program. Now this was a simple program. You may go more complex by adding some voice to your program. This will go for a very high level or complex program. For example, I have written this program to
Hi, this is Jervis 2.0.
This is a voice program.
I'm going to
You may go very forward with the C++, and you may do many things with your C++. So this was a simple program. I have shown you a simple program and a complex program. So this is our basic task, to grow with the simple program and then have to create some other program which are a little more complex. So now the revision of programming and programmer. Programming is the process of writing computer programs. A programmer is a person who writes computer program. And then what is the programming language? Programming language is simply a language which is understood by computer. A programming is a language in which computer programs are written. There are many languages. For example, there are JavaScript, Python, Objective-C, C#, Go, C++, Ruby, PHP, CSS3, HTML, many languages. But we will choose C++ because it is called the mother of all the language. If you know how to code in C++, you may get familiar any language in less than a week. To any language you may convert to any language if you know how to program in C. And there is also a quotation, or simply I will say that there is a joke that every person can see if he's not blind. So let's get next. This is our today's lecture, the header file and preprocess directive. First of all, we will discuss about header file. What are the header file? Header files are the pre-built code files which we can use to minimize the code writing process. The C++ contain many header file. Header file contain information that is required by the program in which these are used. Header file are the files which have some codes which are used by C++ program. It has .h extension. .h extension means it tells that it tells the computer that it is a header file. For example, an audio song has an MP3 extension, a video song has MP4 extension. In the same way, a header file have .h extension. Some example of header files are IOStream. IOStream means input output stream. This is the general input output stream which is used in every kind of program. Then I'm going for console input output, conune.h and mat.h. These perform different tasks according to use. These files are included in the standard library of C++ compiler. C++ compiler already contains all these files. If you want to see how many files, there are only 3 files are listed here, but there are hundreds of files that can be used. For example, if I want to show you that where these files are stored, these files are stored, this is the software which you will going to use and the whole year. If I open the file location, then I will go for the compiler, min-gw compiler, then x43 compiler, and in the include section all the header files are listed here. If I want to search out conune, this is your conune.h, and what does it contain? It contains a code which is usable in C++ program. This is the code in conune.h files. Okay, these are the header files. Now we know that what are the header file. Header file are the file which contains some information. I don't call it information, but header file are the pre-built code files which can be used in C++ program, which are required by C++ program. It has extension h. Some example of header files are iostream.h, conune.h, mat.h, stdlib.h, ctype.h, another files with the extension of .h. These files are included in the C++. These files are available in the C++ compiler. If you install the compiler of C++, it will be automatically installed into your computer. Next, what is preprocessor directive? We know what is a header file. Now we want to know that how to use that file. Before using this file, you should know that there is a line which include this file with our computer. This line links actually the header file to our C++ program. Preprocessor directive is used to include header file at the beginning of the program. So let's look at this program. In this program, at the top section, there are many header files. For example, iostream, iomanip, stdlib, time.h. These files are included by using this syntax. This is the header file of our program which we are going to use. And how to attach this file? This file is attached by using a hash sign, then include, and then angular bracket. So this is the process, or this is called the preprocessor directive. This is called a header file, and this is preprocessor directive. Preprocess means before any kind of processing, it will attach the file with the program. Preprocessor directive is not a normal program instruction to be executed by CPU. It is a code for the compiler to include a header file. It is not everything a computer does or everything a computer runs is written in the main section, but things which are not written in the main section are written on the top or special lines. Special lines being the preprocessor directive, which tells the compiler to include this file first and then go for the main line and then execute the main line. Okay, code for the compiler to include a header file. It is a code for the compiler. It is simply tells the compiler, it does not tell the computer what to do, but tells the compiler to include this file with this program. The syntax of the preprocessor. Syntax means the method, the way how we write a preprocessor directive includes header file. If the program is hash include, we will write hash, then we will write include, and then here we will write any name of the header file, for example iostream, console input output stream, ctype.in, time.h, any kind of file which we want to include. If we want one or more files, we have to write this statement as many times as many files we are going to attach. It begins with the hash sign followed by the word include. This start with the hash and then the word include, and then the name of the header file is written within the angled bracket. Angled bracket means the greater than and less than sign is used to attach this file, which is shown in this program. For example, I'm using the iostream. This is written in the hash sign with the include word, then the angular bracket, and in between angular bracket the name of the header file is written. Example. For example, to include the header file of iostream.h in the program, the code is hash include iostream.h. The effect of this line is to copy all the content of the iostream header file into the program and make them available for use. Almost all C+ program perform input output operations, so this is a very common file. Every program you see in the internet, you see in the computer, or you see in any kind of programming language, this file will be there. This is iostream, the most general form. Therefore, generally this header file is included in every program in the programs. The following are another example of including mat.h header file in a program. So if you want to include mat.h2, you have to write this line too. The mat.h header file contains the code for performing mathematical functions such as finding the square root, finding the ceil function, floor function, and other kind of functions. So when you need this file, if you want to only input and output in your program, you simply need an iostream file. If you want to do some mathematical computation, you also have to include the mat.h. If you want to do some conversion, you have to include ctime. If you want to check the time in our program, then you have to include the time.h file. So this depends on your need. Which file you need it is depends on your requirement, on your need. Let's go to the next topic. Next topic is the reserve word. Not all the words can be written in C++ program, and not all the words can be used as the variable names. Some words are specifically, for example, in the last example, the word include is reserved by the compiler. Include cannot be used as variable name because it is used to include the file header file with our program. So include is cannot be used. In the same way, there are many other words which cannot be used as the variable name. Reserve word means the C++ have reserved all these words for his private purpose. We cannot use it publicly. Reserved words are the special words which are reserved by a programming language for specific purposes in the program that cannot be used as variable name. Some example of reserved words of C++ are if, void, break, while, case, and char. All these reserved words are written in the lowercase letter. These are about 80 reserved words. There are about 80 reserved words in C++ program, but this may vary depending on the version being used. There are many words. A list of the word is here. you cannot use all these words into any kind of C++ program. You cannot use and equal, ASM, auto, bit and, bit char, bool, break, case, catch, char, and any of these words with your C++ programs. Then finally I will make a quick summary for you. What is a computer program? We have learned that a computer program is simply a set of instruction which tells the computer what to do and also how to do. In the modern language, only tells the computer what to do, not how to do. Programming and programmer. Programming is simply a process of writing computer program for the computer. A programmer is simply a person who writes the computer program. Programming language. Programming language is simply a language in which a computer program is written. There may be many languages, but we will use C++ language for our programming. Then IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. This is a software. I have shown you software. This will be our IDE for this year. This is our IDE, which is dev C++. It is a integrated development environment which will be used for coding purpose. Then the header file, we have discussed that header file or the files which include some kind of code, some kind of information which is required by the C++ program. We add these files, we link these files with our program to make them use. Then what are the preprocessor directive? Preprocessor directive is a syntax or simply a command which attaches our header file with our C++ program. Then reserved words are the words that cannot be used as variable names because they are reserved by C++ language for specific purposes. This is all for today. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.